What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you guys are having a fantastic day. So, in the last video, we pulled the lift off the front end and put it back to stock. I went and got my alignment done, and all is good. I ended up actually, I drove it about 3.5 hours one way, there and back. So, 6 hours. Thing drove good. Time for phase 2. And what that entails is I'm going to be throwing these drop shackles in. And I ended up just going with a 2-inch drop shackle. That's, a 1-inch drop, 2-inch drop. And the reason I only went with that, because you can see it's super low in the front. But the reason I went with that is I'm actually going to pull this overload. I don't know if you can see. So the bottom one, the overload, I'm going to pull that out. And we'll see where that gets us, because it's 3/4 of an inch in the middle of it. Plus it might take a little bit out of the spring rate. I'm not 100% sure with that, but the whole goal here is I want it to ride good. I'm not really worried about the weight capacity because I got helper bags in there, so I can always air those up to get my payload back. But so we might end up pulling out a spring eventually, but for now it's drop shackles and pulling the overload. So we're going to get the wheels and tires pulled off. I'm going to drop the traction bars from the front mounts because I have a feeling it's going to, when I put the shackles in, it's going to, I think I'll have to re-weld or cut those mounts off and re-weld them. There we go. Alright, so you guys have seen what have we done? We dropped the axle down, I pulled the overload, and now I'm kind of working on getting the shackles off. And this truck has never been touched. It's an 09, so it's 11 years old now, and we live up north, so rust is an issue. So what I'm having problems with now, which the last truck I did shackles on, it had the same problem. So, let me walk you over there. I had to disconnect my airbags too. Not a big deal. Just one extra little step. But, little trick for you. So, this is the side with the fuel tank. And, they say you can cut that rib right here to get those out, or to like push it up to get that bolt out. But if you're from It actually goes up here usually, is what I'm going to show you. But if you're from the northern states, you know, you got issues with these bolts getting stuck in those bushings. So what I have figured out is with the axle down far enough, I got it sitting on some wood, you can actually pull that spring like out and then back underneath that that axle mount there, or the leaf spring perch, and it's a lot easier to beat on that bolt. Or what I'm probably gonna have to do, we'll probably end up cutting that bolt and then I'll have to get a new bushing, but I'm gonna try and push that out first. But so just a little trick so you don't got to pull your fuel tank out and everything like you do up there. But overloads are out. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to cut those and just flip them onto the top so I can reuse all the factory U-bolts and that stuff. It's the cheaper way to go. A little bit easier, I think, because you don't got to run and get U-bolts made and find new centering pins and all that. So that's probably what I'll end up doing. I'll just cut the overloads, flip them up on top. That way I can reuse everything. So we're gonna continue at it. All right, guys. So it's been 2 days since the last clip was filmed. We ran into a little bit of an issue. There's a little bit more done to the truck than kind of what I had last shown, and I'm gonna explain to you guys now what that is. So I ended up getting the leaf springs out. I think the last clip was me pulling the overloads, which those are just hanging out right there. So I got these out, and the problem I ran into was the bolts were rusted into these bushings, like bad. So I ended up having to cut the bolts on either side so I could drop these out. And I had to go get new bushings, all 4 corners. I already got the new drop shackles hung there, and new bolts. So what I was going to do before is I was just going to cut the overloads, put them on top so I could reuse the new U-bolts. But since I had a little bit of downtime, because I was supposed to get that all done on the same day, so I had a little bit of downtime, I did it the correct way, you know, the correct way, as they say. So went and got a new set of U-bolts, new centering pin. It's already in there. Everything's ready to go. So I think we're gonna slap these in there, and we'll just see how far we can get. Don't have too long today, but hopefully I can get enough done. Maybe get the axle reattached. so I got it all put back together. I went and drove it, and the front is sitting about 1.5 inches lower than the back is. There are a couple different ways I'm thinking about maybe fixing this. The other thing that I got going on, I'll show you. My rear airbags are fully compressed, and I have all of maybe 1 inch of suspension travel, if that. So I don't know how much I like that yet. So the bags might be coming off, but before I touch it, go any further, I got to get the wheels and tires mounted and get them put on so I can kind of see how it's going to sit and see if I'm going to take the front end up or what I'm going to do. So I think that's going to do it for this one. If you guys stopping in for the first time, subscribe, hit the like button on the way out, and stay tuned because there's a lot more to come. We'll see you in the next one.